Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another canning video. And today I'm going to be breaking down this 240 fusion stacker I made recently, like yesterday actually. And I'm just going to point out right now that this does not use order of entities. If you want to learn how to fusion stack with order of entities, make sure you check out How to Canon episode 6, where I explain how to do all that with order of entities. So let's get right into it. Now, the way this works is kind of interesting, and also something you may notice is that I have a massive propulsion and decent sized hammer. So my hammer size is actually 10 by 15. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 10 by 15. This hammer's fit to stack 255. Um, so you do need extra hammer. That is something that's gonna. Excuse me. That is something that you're gonna need. And also, this is a ridiculously large propulsion as well. This is a 10 by, I think. Wait. Oh, looks like it's an 11 by 20. Oh shit. Yeah, it's an 11 by 20, and this still can't can slab filters at 20 chunks, which is kind of sad. So you see how much TNT these things use. Um, there's not too many practical uses for these that I can really think of, other than maybe if someone has a lot of filters and you're just lazy. But yeah, anyways, the way these work is when you're not using order of entities, well, first you're gonna need your propulsion on 2 pulses, and I'll show you that why right now. So I have my first one 4 ticks after this. This booster goes off. It's on a quick pulse, so this signal is gonna run out pretty quickly, and then 3 ticks after that, because like these kind of cancel each other out. 3 ticks after that, it pulses again. Now 3 ticks is the minimum you can have. I can't have it on 2, or else the signal will just stay alive. So it has to be on 3 ticks. So you have this pulse once, and then 3 ticks later pulses again, and then they all drop down and they all get boosted into this block and they get realigned. Now, when that first pulse goes off, you time it with these with these 4 ticks. This first one. What's gonna happen is this piston, your slab bus piston, is gonna push out, and of course, let your slab bus be launched, and also this booster of your sand is going to shoot your sand into the barrel. So now your sand and your slab bus shoot, they hit the block, whatever, and they drop down a block or two. Now, during that 3 tick time, when your propulsion is going off again. So after the next 3 ticks, when it goes off again, that's when your hammer piston is going to push out and launch out your hammer, and it's going to come here. It's going to hit the block, and it's just going to stack right down, slab bust, and everything, because now your slab busting, since you actually do have a slab bust, and there is a block differential of like 1 or 2 blocks, which is why you need more hammer, because it's not quite exactly 1 block. So, of course, with these you can slab bust, unlike order of entities. So you could use these on normal base, on any normal base, really. And I did make it so the hammer shoots here and drops down. And the reason for that is I was afraid that if I didn't do that, the propulsion, when it first launches slab bus in sand, it would just like, if the hammer was sitting right here, it would just like launch it this way, just because it can kind of affect it like that. But this is just more of a safety measure. I'm not actually too sure whether it does that or not. So yeah, your hammer's gonna shoot here, and you kind of want it. You kind of want to play with hammer ticks, so it stacks like so. If I just fire this real quick. If you want to be able to cannon slab filters, let me just wait for this to fire. Rip my FPS. Alright, oh, it's actually on, not the right delay. Well, you saw that stacked, by the way. Flat guider stacked fine. That's if you're just one-shotting walls. If you actually want to cannon slab filters, it has to be on different delays. You can see what I have my hammer and slab bust on. 5 ticks. So if I paste -O and fire this off again real quick, you'll see it's gonna stack a block higher. All right, so the red sand stacked right below the slab, and that means when this when your one shot goes off, it's gonna break that slab. So like this, you can one-shot the slabs, but of course, it's basically like a 3-tick hammer combined with the fact that you're fusion stacking, so it does take a tremendous amount of power to do so. So I just paste this in and fire. I think this works fine canning slab filters up to about like 15 chunks or so, maybe a little bit more. But yeah, these things eat TNT like crazy. Yeah, and you can see that one shot fine there. So very expensive cannons, but that's basically how they work. It's pretty easy. The way I timed the hammer, by the way, I literally just added a another just 3-tick repeater here, and then did it like this. So that's kind of how you time the 3-tick difference. And then of course the slab bust and sand is just like timing it on any normal cannon. And this is reusable cobwebs too, which is good because you can't really use those too well with Order of Entities. So you do have to be pretty wealthy on a server to actually use these in a raid. And this is just to blow through someone's buffer like as quickly as possible. So this does work up to a decent distance. So that one shot fine. You guys can see it just keeps one-shotting these slabs. And then there's one more right there. So yeah, works fine. Again, only downside is the amount of TNT it uses, because holy crap, look at this thing. If you're just going through walls, you could use a little bit less and just add a tick to your hammer, but you wouldn't be able to one-shot slab filters or this trapdoor filters even. So it should be able to actually do, that's 20 chunks right there, by the way. It should be able to do this one right here. So let me destroy this. It should be able to cannon that one, I'm pretty sure. But at 20 chunks is when it just stops working unless you add a tick to the hammer. So if you want to use that size propulsion, yeah, it gets you pretty decently far. And then over there, if I fire this off right now, it's not going to stack properly at all. So I'm assuming I can just extend this out like maybe 2 more blocks, and it would work fine at 20 to 21 chunks, or 22 or so. Because it is pretty close as it is right now. But again, just the tremendous amount of TNT that you have to use. And you can see that wall is perfectly like untouched. And now this is blown up. I'm pretty sure this is about where the hammer blew up, to be honest. Yeah, this is where the hammer blew up. So then if I come over here and add a tick to hammer, that's why it was on 6 ticks at the beginning, because I was testing. Oh, whoops, got kicked out of fly. So yeah, again, just takes a lot more power. Kind of getting repetitive at this point. Just wanted to show you guys that it does work fine. And I think I'm out of red sand, great. So yeah, well, it's still stacked. So that's really they're quite simple, to be honest. A lot easier than doing Order of Entities. It kind of works like a normal cannon, just a little bit different. Eats up probably like 1,000 TNT per shot due to the fact that this propulsion is double pulsing. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys learned something. Maybe you learn enough to go and make one of these on your own. If you still have any questions or anything, just make sure to ask me down in the comments below. I'll make sure to get back to you as fast as possible. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.